No. Yeah. So this is the breakdown of
when I was writing my notes. This is building a continuous basis. So you really plug in really late. But over time, by the time you get how long it takes to a lot of that stuff will be back in the company. So you're not taking risks. We can do those five, but I don't take another
How are you? Let's get it all in one. Yeah, that's good. That's fine now. But at least if you don't spend time here,
Yeah, but maybe it's in that. So I just wanted to make sure. So I'm fine with that. Yeah.
No, I think they're paying. They're paying. These guys Some of the stuff I'm
Yeah.
picking up, but I'm talking to some of my
Yeah. Recording. You'll never be over. I hate you. You're fine. You're fine.
I just got notification today, I'm trying to set up pictures.
I called you over and under it. Carl. I was under by 3
I think we'll go ahead and call the meeting to order. It's right at 5:30. I think all of us are kind of keeping an eye on the weather. Gary, Burgess, thanks for being here tonight. In case we have, do evacuation.
If you see me run, you'll know why.
We'll
Let's go
follow
ahead and start by just making introductions at the table. I can go ahead and start and go around this way, but Beth Hudson with the school board.
I'm Kathy Tremont with Erie County.
Tom Rondo with the Board of Education.
Ron Johnson with the Board of Education.
Reggie Exel, Superintendent of the School District.
Al Gordon, Vice Mayor, Junction City.
Keith Asher, Chair of the Erie County Commission.
Ricardo Gutierrez, Junction City Commission. Richard Panera, Junction City Commission.
Trish Giordano, Erie County.
Ronald Larson, City Commission.
Kim Zimmerman, City Manager.
Command Sergeant Major John Atkinson, the Garrison Sergeant Major, Fort Riley. Colonel Jerry Nunziato, Garrison Commander, Fort Riley.
Christy Hayden, Board of Education.
Thanks for everybody being here. It's a nice representation. Let's go ahead and jump right into the agenda. And the first thing was Erie County agenda items. If somebody wants to take over.
I'd like to introduce Daniel Howard, CEO, Kansas Prairie Community Health.
Thank you.
Thank you, Keith. Thank you. Like Keith said, my name is Danny, and I work at Kansas Prairie Community Health Center. We are located over on Grant Avenue here in Junction City. And I just want to provide a brief overview of our patient and service trends update from 2024, as well as some additional services that we've added to our community health center and a community engagement overview. Kansas story. So we've been in the community for 30 years. We started as 2 employees co-located at the Gary County Health Department, and now we have over 140 employees. 110 of those are here in our Junction City Clinic location. We moved to our current Grant Avenue clinic in 2000 and expanded to add dental in 2007. In Manhattan, we kind of started in reverse. We started as dental only in Manhattan and then added medical later. And in 2023, we brought a Chapman Clinic in scope with Dr. Todd Freeze. So community health centers are created to fill gaps in access to care. We're not supposed to be redundant, so that's why it looks different in every community that we serve. In 2024, we provided care to 13,097 patients. And this is a snapshot of our patients' income based on federal poverty level. As a community health center, we are to provide care for all, regardless of ability to pay. And so we screen for income level of households and provide discounts that are commensurate with that income level. 1 in 11 Americans access care at a health center, and 1 in 9 Kansans access care in a community health center. And our service area spans 40 zip codes, which is 5 main counties. The largest community we serve is here in Gary County, and then the second largest is in Riley County. This is a breakdown of our patients and visits based on clinic type in 2024. We expect that to change because we expanded our Manhattan clinic in 2024 as well. Our payer mix really kind of tells the story about margin and mission in a community health center. So it takes those who are fully insured and not federal poverty level to choose to do business at our organization so that we can afford to offset the cost of providing care for the uninsured or underinsured. About 20% of our patients are uninsured and about 40% are privately insured. So you walk into our waiting rooms and you'll see folks of every economic status, and that's the way we want it. We believe that everyone has a right to quality healthcare, and we want to provide that regardless of ability to pay. We've had an 8% decrease in Medicaid since 2022 with Medicaid unwinding, and that continues to shift our payer mix quite a bit, but our privately insured rate has increased since 2022 as well. You've seen one community health center, you've seen one community health center. So most community health centers look heavier on medical. For us, we have a much larger dental practice. 68% of the patients that are accessing care at our facilities are getting some sort of dental service. And that's unusual for a community health center. It also talks about the need in the communities that we serve. There's limited access for patients that are uninsured or underinsured for dental care. And we provide all of our services on the slide so patients can come in and provide us that proof of income and get the care that they need. You see our visits by department, about 20,000 visits in dental last year alone. We've had a 21% increase in medical visits since 2024. We've increased our providers. Most of that is in the Manhattan community in our expanded clinic over there. And we also see a lot of behavioral health conditions and treat those on the medical side. We had 487 integrated substance use disorder patients in 2024. So those are patients that were able to treat the disease of addiction right where they come in and get their annual physical or their strep throat test, and they were able to get access to those services. We also provide integrated behavioral health visits as well, 3,211 integrated behavioral health visits. So as I recruit and we try to retain providers, we do hear from our providers that there's a lot of behavioral health need in the communities that we serve. And we have a behavioral health department that can help treat some of that. But we do our best to take care of the patient when they get to us at the time of their visit, because we know sometimes it's challenging to get back. We do leverage telehealth services for behavioral health. 54% of our behavioral health visits were virtual in 2024. We ramped that up during COVID, and it's something that our patients have found beneficial, especially if they've already met their behavioral health provider, have an established relationship, and they want to continue that. We did have a little bit of turnover and a decrease in FTE for behavioral health in 2024 that reduced our overall visits. But with an expansion grant, we're excited to bring that back up to where we were in 2022 or 2021 moving forward. And then dental. I think the most impressive thing on this slide is 1,600 same-day emergency visits for dental services. And so those are visits that could have ended up in the ED or waited. They're visits that were patients that were in pain that needed extractions or antibiotics and immediate care. Those aren't just patients that are established with us, but they're patients that are established with other providers in the community. They couldn't get into their dentist and they needed somewhere to go. So our providers, they don't block their schedules for this. They see it on top of their scheduled visits, and it equals about 8 a day for our business hours. So I think it's really impressive and just shows the need for dental care in our community. We're also in schools throughout the region, 80 K through 12 schools, 19 school districts, including USD 475. We provided almost 13,000 screenings last year in limited services in the school setting. So for some kiddos, this is their only access point for dental care, and it's all they need. For others, we're able to triage them and get them into services sooner and fast track those visits because we have had a waiting list for dental for some time. But really powerful work. This all happens with Karen Cisco right here. That's her. She's our hygienist that is out in the communities and in the schools making it happen. And then I'm excited to announce that we have added same-day crowns, implant placement, and sleep dentistry to our dental department this year. We brought Dr. Dan Winter on board from Manhattan, and he's helping lead this effort. We are milling our own crowns and baking them in what looks like a little easy bake oven in our lab. And patients are able to leave the same day with a permanent crown. We're also placing implants. We've been restoring implants for some time, but as you know, there's nowhere in Junction City to get an implant placed, but now you can do that at Kansa. And then sleep dentistry is a CPAP alternative or complements a CPAP for sleep disordered breathing. And we're implementing that as well. So that is definitely a collaborative effort with our medical department and other medical providers in the community, but a lot of exciting stuff trying to fill gaps in access to these services and make sure that folks can access them. This is all on the slide, by the way. So sliding fee scale, discounted services based on ability to pay. So we provide implants on the sliding fee scale as well as sleep and same-day crowns. So a huge benefit for the community and something really novel that's not happening in any other health centers across the state. So we're not just clinical services. We also provide enabling services. That's what HRSA titles them. These are visits that help patients get access to food, transportation, housing, other things they need to get and stay healthy. In 2024, we provided enabling services to 638 patients. We provided 13,000 pounds of food. In 2024, 11,000 of which were fruits and vegetables in our newly renovated Kansa Cares closet. And we also provide application assistance, housing application assistance, and collaborate with a lot of other organizations and entities, many of which you know, so that we can connect patients to what they need. So much of the work that we do doesn't happen just in the exam room and in the operatory, but it's meeting patients where they're at and helping them get into the system. Healthcare is hard enough if you have all the resources. If you don't have the resources or you're new to town or you don't know where to go, it's almost impossible. And so that's why our community health workers, patient resource coordinators, and case managers really work to address this vital resource for our community. It takes a village. So in 2024, there's Shannon, who's sitting over here. She's our communications and marketing outreach coordinator. Shannon and Tonette, 26 staff and volunteers helped distribute 2,800 Smile Kits through 212 events. And outreach for us is more than marketing. It's more than setting up a table. It's connecting patients to visits. It's scheduling appointments. It's health education as well as resource distribution. And here's some examples of our outreach in the community. So there's Dr. Taylor Pratt providing outreach at the KSU Physician Assistance Program. We have community health worker at Junction City Juneteenth, as well as the Business Expo and Manhattan Community Shelter food distribution. This is our new Manhattan Clinic location. We are located across the street from the post office, the old Ray's Apple Market. Did I get that right? Yes. So we went from 2,500 square feet in the Riley County Health Department to just over 10,000 square feet. We're subleasing some space from Ascension via Christie. We've doubled our medical providers as well as our dental providers in this space. We've added a pharmacy and a behavioral health department. So we're excited about what this will do. We've already seen the numbers increase dramatically, and we hope that this improves access for the Manhattan community. I provided a handout so you can see our annual report. If you have any questions, there's a little bit of information about our budget. We're about 20% grant funded. The majority of our budget goes to salaries, benefits, and 140 jobs. You can see our biggest impact in 2024 was really the Junction City Clinic renovation as well as renovating the space for the expanded clinic in Manhattan. And we continue to look for opportunities to partner with people to meet the need of the community and grow. Do you have any questions?
In its full disclosure, I'm on the board out there, and I'm also a patient and a guinea pig for this thing dentistry. And my wife will swear by it. I haven't snored since I started the sleep dentistry program. So it's replacing CPAP is a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful thing.
Well, and great point, Tom. So 51% of our board are patients of the services we provide. We are led by patients. Patients determine they vote to add the services to our organization. They vote on our operating hours. They steer the ship. So we're completely local, partially federally funded, like I said, 20% federally funded, and entirely locally driven, here to fill gaps. 30% of our sleep dentistry patients right now are board members. Eliminating snoring.
Any other questions for Danielle? Definitely meeting a need in the community.
Thank you.
I do have one question. I saw your behavioral health numbers were pretty low, or lower, relatively speaking to your other numbers. Is that due to capacity or demand?
In 2024 is capacity.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely not demand capacity. We were short 1 FTE in 2024 and had a lot of staffing transitions. So even though we were short one FTE at the end of the year, there was a lot of moving parts in there. And you move behavioral health providers, you lose that panel. Very low rate of continuing with those patients and getting them connected unless you have somebody to just step in. We definitely see the need. We've added 2 full-time therapists in Manhattan. We have 1 full-time therapist in Junction, a half of a therapist who's also the manager, and we're adding another one as soon as we can get them hired. So definitely a big need.
Okay, thanks. Do they have psychiatrists?
We have medication management, psychiatric nurse practitioners. No.
Yes, question. How does Fort Riley and the deployments and numbers of soldiers and dependents here, does it affect you guys at all, numbers?
From an employment standpoint, yes. We proudly employ a lot of dependents and military affiliated family members. And so we definitely feel that shift as there are deployments and people leaving the community. And we still work to get patients in. We accept TRICARE, and we do see some active duty on the dental side from time to time when we've been fully staffed on dental. I don't think I could put enough dentists in Junction City to fill the need of the region because we have so many people coming from all different places that we just really haven't tapped that need yet. So it does affect us, but mostly from an employment standpoint.
Not financially, the 20% federal?
No.
Thank you.
In fact, our funding isn't, so we have HRSA funding, Human Health Resources and Services Administration funding for federally qualified health center. And then we also have some supplemental funding from HRSA as well to expand hours in behavioral health services from last year. So.
Anything else or anybody else?
Thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. How about the next one? Association of Defense.
I will let Mr. O'Donnell take this.
Well, last year I told, let you guys know, I went to the Association of Defense Communities and Terry and Nate Butler went, as well as Carl from the school district. And I think it is a very important function for, the city, county, and school district to go to. It hooks us up with resources from the other defense communities, see what they're doing. Last year, Colonel Nunziato actually sat on a panel to talk about the IGSA with the school district, and it was very well received. And I told him I was gonna put him on the spot, but just as from him being active duty and from a military installation, how important it is to have those partnerships and for us to possibly go to those.
Yeah, no, it's a great event. It was very eye-opening for me. That was the first time I got to participate in one, obviously sitting in the seat here. And you get a lot of exposure to all the other Army military garrisons across the country and what they're doing with their local communities. So, it was a series of different boards that the participants were able to go into, and you're seeing